It's not about being perfect, it's about letting go the control. That is one thought that I've been repeating before to start with this lesson because I feel tired. And of course, I feel like my hair a mess. I look like I'm very, very tired. It's very late here, but even feeling like that, I'm going to do the video anyway because I very commitment with this. I mean, I have a strong commit with this. I'm going to do it anyway. And it's beautiful because the lesson of today, uh, I just read like 1 minute ago, and the idea is my thoughts do not mean anything. So that is to prove that all that I was thinking before to do the lesson, it doesn't mean anything. So this lesson invites us, including me, to take a step back from our thoughts, especially the repetitive thought, the automatic ones, and recognize that not every thought is true. Not every thought is meaningful. So for me, it's a strong lesson, very powerful lesson, because I was having this thought about, oh, I don't look well, I look very tired, and all those type of thought. It doesn't mean anything. The main idea here is the biggest purpose that I have doing this video, and it's to remember that we get lost in our mind instead of be truly fully present in this moment and in what we are doing. So let's start in detail with this powerful lesson. As I said, the main idea is my thoughts do not mean anything. This lesson highlights our tendency to interpret what we see based on our own belief and judgments. It invites us to recognize that we have the power to choose how we see things. By acknowledging our role in determining our perception, we can take responsibility for our thought and actively choose to see with love and forgiveness. This idea applies to all the thoughts of which you are aware or become aware in the practice period. The reason the idea is applicable to all of them is that they are not your real thoughts. So again, the curse is saying again, don't discriminate your thoughts. Include everything. We have made this distinction before and will do so again. You have no basis for comparison as yet. When you do, you will have no doubt that what you once believed were your thoughts did not mean anything. This is the second time we have used this kind of idea. The form is only slightly different. This time the idea is introduced with my thought instead of this thought, and no link is made overtly with the things around you. The emphasis is now on the lack of reality of what you think you think. This aspect of the correction process began with the idea that the thoughts of which you are aware are meaningless, outside rather than within, and then stressed their past rather than their present status. Now we are emphasizing that the presence of this thought means that you are not thinking. This is merely another way of repeating of our earlier statement that your mind is really a blank. To recognize this is to recognize nothingness when you think you see it. As such, it is the prerequisite for vision. Now is the moment of the practice. That was a little bit the introduction about the lesson, and this is the practice. Close your eyes for this exercise and introduce them by repeating the idea for today quite slowly to yourself. Then add, today's thought can obviously serve for any thought that distresses you at any time. In addition, 5 practice periods are recommended, each involving no more than a minute or so of mind searching. It is not recommended that this time period be extended, and it should be reduced to half a minute or less if you experience discomfort. Remember, however, to repeat the idea slowly before applying it specifically, and also to add. This idea will help to release me from all that I now believe. Every time that you recognize or that you can be aware about your thoughts, repeat this idea. My thought do not mean anything. My thought about being perfect to do the video don't mean anything. And try to do this practice for 1 minute during 4 times a day. If you find that minute is very stressful, do it in less time. So even the course, it's saying that don't force to do it perfect. Don't try to stress you, basically. Okay, so it's very powerful for me because I was keeping a thought before to start the video, and I say, okay, this is perfect, and I remember the reason that I'm doing this, and this is one of the reasons that everything is synchronized. Nothing is everything is perfect, and it matches perfect when with what you are doing. Okay, I know that in this video I have more struggle with the language, with English, because I feel tired, and even that I think is a thought in my mind, repetitive. Anyways, I hope that you stayed here at the end of the video and practice this lesson, because you're becoming more aware about your thought, and that they don't mean anything. Okay, see you tomorrow for the next lesson, and I hope to have more energy tomorrow. Thank you and bye bye.